All right, let's dive into a pretty wild thought experiment. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it really gets you thinking about how our world actually works. What if one morning all money just poof, disappeared?
I mean, seriously, try to picture it for a second. You wake up, you go to buy your morning coffee, and nothing. Your cash is just paper. Your credit card is a useless piece of plastic. Your Venmo balance is zero. Every single dollar, euro, yen on the entire planet is just gone. So what happens next? And look, when we say all of it, we mean all of it. Stores would lock their doors. Banks, they're just big buildings now. And for all you crypto folks out there, nope, even Bitcoin and every other digital currency vanishes into the digital ether. It's a hard total reset on what we think of as value.
So what's the very first thing that happens? Well, we'd pretty much instantly go back to the oldest way of doing business, bartering. That first day would be this crazy, chaotic scramble to figure out what anything is even worth anymore when nothing has a price tag.
This is such a perfect way to show that shift, right? Yesterday, those fancy sneakers were worth $150. But in this new world, those exact same sneakers could be worth a life-saving bottle of medicine to someone who really, really needs it. Talk about a change in perspective. And this new reality would hit you right where you live, fast. The things we need to survive become the new gold. You want a loaf of bread for your family? The baker doesn't want your useless cash, but that shiny smartphone in your pocket? Now that's interesting. Luxuries get traded for basic necessities, just like that. But it's not just about trading things face-to-face. A second massive shockwave would ripple out. Our entire digital financial world would just stop working. Everything we depend on to make the modern world go round would grind to a halt.
Just think about it for a second. Your banking app on your phone? Totally useless. Amazon, online shopping? Gone. Apple Pay, Venmo? Pointless. Your crypto wallet is just an empty file, and the entire global stock market has simply blinked out of existence. The engine of our world has completely seized up.
And this analogy, wow, it really puts it into perspective. We get so bent out of shape when a video takes a few seconds to load. But can you imagine when it's not your show that's buffering, but your ability to get food, to go anywhere, to do anything? Life itself would be stuck on that spinning wheel.
So as that old world crashes and burns, a new one starts to take shape, and the rules are totally different. You'd see a brand new social order pop up, one where the old signs of success, your money, your job title, how many followers you have, are suddenly worth absolutely nothing. So who's at the top of this new food chain? Well, it's the people who provide things we actually need to live. Farmers, they're basically royalty now because they can grow food. Mechanics are crucial because they can fix the things we need, like tractors or water pumps. And of course, doctors and nurses. They're more valuable than ever.
So it all boils down to this. Value is no longer some abstract number. It's about what you can do. If you have a practical skill, if you can contribute to your community's survival, you become a hero overnight. The person whose only skill is influencing, they might have a very rough time.
Okay, so that's what's happening on the ground with regular people. But what about the people in charge? Can you imagine the absolute nightmare for a government trying to run an entire country when the main tool they use to do everything, money, is just gone? This is a civilization-level crisis. I mean, the questions are just mind-boggling. How do you pay soldiers to keep the peace? How do you keep hospitals open and supplied? How do you fix a bridge or a power line? And forget about it. How do you collect taxes when there's nothing to collect? The entire system of government just breaks. But here's the thing about us humans, right? We're incredibly resilient. We don't just sit around in chaos forever. After that first shock wears off, we'd start trying to build something new. Within a week, you'd see local barter towns getting organized. And yeah, within a month, people would be trying to invent new kinds of money. Because that's what we do. We're a pretty clever bunch when we have to be. Just trading item for item gets really inefficient really fast. So new types of currency would have to pop up. Something that everyone in a community agrees has value. Maybe it's based on food or clean water. Or, hey, who knows? Maybe in one town, chicken coins become the new hot thing. So yeah, a world without money would be absolute chaos. It'd be terrifying and incredibly hard. But if you look underneath all of that chaos, there's actually a pretty surprising and kind of hopeful takeaway about us. And this really gets to the heart of it all. We adapt. We rebuild. We figure it out.
When you strip away the system that so often pits us against each other, maybe we'd be forced to rediscover the one skill that's more important than any other for survival. Just genuine cooperation.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. In a world where your bank balance is zero, what would you bring to the table? What's your most valuable skill? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me on this one.